Something to consider as you're dealing with really heavy emotions is most of the emotions that we feel are programming that was instilled in us from conditioning from our environment where we grew up. Maybe it was the pain and suffering and trauma that your parents passed on to you. But there are parts of you that are like concrete. It's the way that you're wired. There's things that really fulfill you. And those are things that are probably hardwired in your genetic code, meaning that that's just who you are. But then there are the rest of the stuff that we were programmed that is not our authentic self. So when you feel negative emotion, just keep in mind that that's programming. And the reason why it feels off to you is that through the humanity that we experience, you were conditioned with something that is not yours. So you can simply acknowledge that this is part of the humanity that comes with being human and that it's not yours. I'll recognize it and sit with it from a broader space, meaning that you're sitting with it from the perspective of stillness. The authentic part of who you are, the space of who you truly are is open, it's light, it's easy as love. That is your nature. And that nature is present when you're doing things that are really fulfilling to you. So the next time you're doing something that really makes your heart sing, pay attention to really what's going on inside. That's your authentic self. So the next time you feel an emotion that's coming up and it's hard to let go of, it's that conditioning that's in you that's now affecting your mind. It's controlling the way that you think, and that's the programming. And that came from somebody else. That's whether that's somebody else's humanity, the societal aspect, generational stuff passed on to you, whatever it might be. It is something that was conditioned for you. It's part of a program, and it's no longer necessary for you. It was given to you in a way of trying to help you survive, or it was a way that somebody else used to survive. You learned it from them, or you learned it from watching a character on TV. Point is, as you sit with the way that you feel and you allow it to be there with your stillness, that stillness recognizes the part that is not itself. And over time, that part will burn itself out as you're allowing your higher self to recondition and reprogram the things that no longer suit you today. But you can also acknowledge that these things actually probably helped you in a great deal to survive in the environment you were in. You needed to behave like your parents because that's how you fit into your tribe, right? You needed to do the things you needed in school because that's where you went to school and that's what you had to do. So the nature of your conditioning helped you get through childhood. It helped you become, hopefully, a productive adolescent and teenager and young adult. But as you start to grow and mature, you have to define for yourself who you are. And part of that is letting go of the conditioning that you took on in order to get through points where you were an open slate and didn't have any real direction. So everybody did the best they could to help you become who they thought you should be. But now it's time for you to figure out who that is by being with the things that lift you up the most and allowing that aspect of you to see the parts of you that are no longer serving you. Pretty beautiful.